be back. You guys have hosted us all, several times over the last few years, and we appreciate it very much. Effingham is such a great community. If every community in Illinois, every county in Illinois was run as well as Effingham, we would be in the deep yoga we're all in. This is a great community. Very pro-growth, very pro-business, great, good values, good conservative values here, but the values of the Make America Great. This is a wonderful community. It's great to be back. It's a privilege for me to work for you as governor. You know we've got a big mess going on in our state government. Debt, deficits, companies leaving, property taxes going through the roof, school funding cut, corruption and cronyism rampant. It's a mess. We're going to fix it. Getting these guys to change is hard. It's taking a little longer than I'd like, but it's hard. We're going to get there. We're going to stay strong. We're going to stay the course. We've got to grow. Our number one priority in Illinois, our number one priority in America is more growth. Economic growth is the key to our prosperity. We've got fewer jobs in Illinois today than we had 17 years ago. Think about that. We've got lower average family incomes than we had 17 years ago because we're not growing. There's no excuse for us not to grow. We got the hardest working people in America here, and we got the best location of any state, and Effingham is a particularly great location for economic growth. We need to change direction, become more pro-business, pro-investment, pro-job creation. I've told everybody in the legislature, trying to get them to listen and pay attention, they don't like the message. What the legislature is trying to do is force a massive tax hike on you. That's what their agenda is. Force a big tax hike. A tax hike is not, we don't need higher taxes, we need more economic growth. If we had just grown at the nation's average, if we just had been average growth, which we should be able to do much better than, if we just grew at the nation's average over the last 15 years, instead of one of the bottom couple states, we wouldn't have a deficit today. We wouldn't have any unpaid bills today. We wouldn't have needed the 2011 tax hike. And we'd have $19 billion more money to put into our schools, put into our human services, and give you guys a rebate as taxpayers. Like Indiana and some other well-run states have done. Tax rebates, think about that. That'd be a novel idea in Illinois, wouldn't it? Really, really novel idea. It's about fiscal discipline, shrinking the wasteful spending, the bureaucracy in Springfield. It's an honor for me to live in Springfield. I love it. It's a great community. But boy, the culture there is not about serving you. The culture is about spending more. And the bureaucracy is very, however bad you think government bureaucracy is, however bad, whatever your opinion is, it's worse. It's worse. Billions of unnecessary spending. Now, we've already cut out about $750 million of unnecessary spending just by administrative action. But we're trying to push the legislature to do procurement reform and pension reform and many reforms so we can save you billions of dollars. Put that money in our schools where it belongs and grow our economy. That's what it's about. Now, we're here today because we've got a great public servant who's a great friend of mine running for Congress. He's a superstar. He was one of my best allies getting elected. You know, when I ran, I was a novice in political life. I'd never run for office before. I was a business builder for 32 years. Very blessed, did well. I worked for teachers. I've invested teachers' pension monies for 32 years. Generated more than double the stock market return for 32 years. So our teachers in Illinois could have a much better retirement. And taxpayers could save hundreds of millions of dollars. I was proud of that track record. I decided to run for governor to grow our economy, invest in our schools. That's why I ran. And somebody stepped up big for me right in the earliest days. I'm a workaholic. I love traveling the state. It's a beautiful state in Illinois, great people. I've been all over the state, all during the campaign, and now as governor over the last year. I've been in Effingham County a lot. I'll be back here a lot in the future. But whether I was in Danville or I was in Harrisburg, the entire central and southern Illinois, there was somebody there who was always with me, helping tremendously, and that's John Shimkus, Congressman John Shimkus. He's an incredible public servant. He's a veteran. He's an advocate for farmers. He's an advocate for small business owners. He's been an incredible ally for me, and he's a great Republican, fantastic Republican. He's coached and mentored and led more successful races for Republican leaders than anybody that I know. He helped get Mike Bost elected in Congress. He helped get Darren LaHood elected in Congress. He's helped get Rodney Davis elected to Congress. He helped elect 5 state senators, Republicans, to help them get into the General Assembly. He's helped 10 state representatives, Republicans, get elected. and he's been a great ally to me, helping our victory to win the governorship, and now helping push our turnaround agenda to get Illinois going the right way. It's an honor for me to call John Shimkus a personal friend of mine. He's a great ally and a great advocate. We need him back in Congress, fighting for you, fighting against the systems that are failing in the Obama administration. Hostile to growth, pushing higher taxes, big deficit spending. John Shimkus is there fighting for us, and we need him there. I'm a big advocate for him. I want to introduce to you a great public servant, a great Congressman, John Shimkus.
Thank you, Governor. And the Governor's right. He is a hard worker. We started today in Muhammad and went to Danville. We've been to Mattoon. Of course, we're stopping here. And we're headed to Vandalia, and then we're headed to Troy, then to Collinsville, then we'll end up in Edwardsville. It'll be a long day. To commit that type of day for me is, I appreciate it a lot, so thank you very much. It's great to be here, Effingham County, and when you run and you have to look at your past record, it reminds you of things that you've done. I see Director Schultz here. I want to thank the Yeager family who's always been there for me from the beginning, and have hosted events either at their house or the last one here just at the museum. But out about west, we were helpful. Evergreen Drive, we were helpful with that. The bike trail, we were helpful with that. Obviously, EJ Water, which provides water to rural areas of Effingham County, very helpful in their expansion. So government does have a role to play, and it can be a force for good, especially here in Effingham County, with the infrastructure and the road network has greatly improved since the involvement, I think, since we've been a member of Congress. So again, thank you very much. The race is exciting. When you have a competitive primary, your friends come out to be supportive. That's why I'm the only candidate that's endorsed by the National Right to Life. I'm the only candidate endorsed by the National Rifle Association. Of course, it was here at Kingery Press where the U.S. Chamber endorsed me. NFIB has endorsed me, and we can go on and on and on. And it's very gratifying that the work that you've done, can't forget the Farm Bureau, that has been recognized by the people who actually live and work here. I appreciate the governor making the comments. When I first got elected, we didn't have a single Republican congressman south of Springfield. And now we have 3. And that means more state reps, that means more state senators, more county boards, county board members, countywide officials, hopefully bringing good government and teamwork to try to address the needs of our country. Bicameral, bipartisan type legislation and work to fix the problems of our state or our nation really takes a legislative branch and an executive branch working together. We have a legislative branch in Washington. We don't have an executive branch. We hope to fix that come November. The governor needs help in the legislative branch. He needs people that will be there to help him fight this battle. Because as we know, again, when I was at Kingery Press, they want to build they want to bring in a new printing press, about $4 million. They're going to have to pay $400,000 more in taxes just to have that press here in the state of Illinois. That makes them not competitive with the states like Indiana or Kentucky or Missouri. So we need to have job growth that comes from the fight that Governor Rauner's doing. It's the fight that we're doing in Washington, D.C. to address the extreme regulatory burden, either from the Department of Labor or the EPA, the high taxation structure, that's why tax reform, and really dealing with the national health care law, Obamacare, which, as you know, I've cast about 66 votes trying to either disassemble, destroy, or change that law. So we thank you. It's been a great day. We still got more to go. God bless you. God bless the United States. Yeagers, thank you. And we appreciate your time.